Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is going to be the first of a series of mini clinics I'm going to be doing to try and help people out work on their bike at home. So bear with me as I get this going. Today we're just going to start on a basic tube repair, but on a deep dish carbon wheel. Adds a little element of difficulty to it. Pain in the ass factors, I like to call it. First thing we're going to do to remove the tire, most people don't understand this little pro tip, is you want to drop the chain all the way to the highest gear. Highest meaning the smallest cog on your cassette. Drop it all the way down. That takes a lot of the tension off the spring of the derailleur, which makes it easier to pull the wheel off. Alright, got that down all the way. And this happens to be a through axle disc brake, 6mm Allen bolt to take it off. Alright, now that we've got the through axle out, since this is a tri-bike, it's not your typical road bike, as you can see with the drop bars. These are a little different in the rear end in that instead of the wheel dropping down, when you pull the derailleur, the wheel comes straight out of the back. So pull the chain, wheels off. Alright, we got the wheel off. You need to break the bead of the tire all the way around, both sides. Use your thumbs, get it in, you'll feel it coming off. You go around, like so. Take your tire iron, put it under the tire, pull it out, and then I prefer to pull towards me to get the tire removed a little bit off that. And then once you do that, you can push it forward, comes all the way around, and it is off. Now that we have it off, unscrew the nut on the Presta valve. Go to the opposite side of where the valve is. Grab your tube, remove it from the tire, and then the tire just comes right up. Alright, so we got tire. This is where some people make the mistake of just throwing a new tube in there. Don't find out what caused the flat. Next thing you know, get about 100 yards down the road and you have a flat again because you didn't find what caused it. So going through this one, doesn't appear to be anything inside the tire. So I'm going to guess that this was just a case of probably a pinch flat, meaning the tire was low pressure, hit something, and it popped. So we're going to put a new tube in it, put the tire back on it, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so now we got the tube. Since this is the deep dish carbon wheel that I mentioned earlier, you have to have a very long Presta valve stem here. There's multiple ways that you could do this at this point. There's no wrong way really, it's just one way or the other. My way is I put the tube in first. I don't inflate it first. Some people do, that's fine. Whatever. But I do not. Put the tube in first. Make sure you put the tire the direction, the proper direction. So then I go through and I just put half the tire on, like that. Then I take the tube with my fingers. I'm just pushing the tube in around the rim so it's out of the way, all the way around. And once I get in there, I just start snapping the tire with my thumbs, making sure not to pinch the tube as you go around. here's where it starts getting a little tricky. With these deep rims, tires don't want to go on easy, ever. That's what I call it the pain in the ass factor when I first started the video. So, get about right here. You'll notice we have about this much tire to go to get on. You want to make sure you don't pinch your tube, break a tire iron. Usually what happens. So here's what you do. Make sure you pinch the tire all the way around and get it in the center of the rim. As you hold this side down, put your tire in there, and you go in small half-inch increments. And you get it on. A lot of times people try to go from here to here. Tire's gonna win every time. You're either gonna pinch your tube or break your tire iron. Small half-inch increments and you'll get that to snap on every time. So we're just going to slowly inflate it. A little bit at a time. I've got about 35 PSI in there. So I go through and I check to make sure there's no tube sticking out anywhere around the rim. The bead looks like it's in there correctly all the way around, and now I can go and inflate it. I think this customer said he's riding about 85 or 90 PSI. So, alright, so now we got the tire ready to go on. Grab the chain, pull it back, put it around the highest gear on the cassette. Snaps right in. Tighten down the through axle. Remember, this is not a space shuttle, it is a bicycle. When you're tightening these bolts down, you do not need to sweat, nor should any veins be popping out of your face while you're tightening these down. Not necessary. Do a quick spin. Make sure brake's not rubbing. Do a quick shift up and down the gears. Make sure everything's going correctly. Done. Deep dish wheel, 80 mil valve, tri-bike, tube change, that easy.